Hello everyone. Today we're going to be removing a vinyl decal from our Porsche GT4. Now this particular decal is sitting on top of PPF. If you're not familiar with that acronym, it stands for Paint Protection Film. So this should actually be pretty easy. But we also have experience removing it from just the paint surface itself because we had a decal on the wing and that was a pain in the butt. It took us multiple hours to take it off. So we're going to give you tips and we're going to show you how to remove a decal from both paint surfaces, a paint protection surface and a regular paint surface. All right, let's start. So we're going to go ahead and remove this first stripe. I haven't done anything to it. I have not heated it up. I haven't applied anything and it's been sitting in the garage. And look at that. On PPF, it looks like it just comes right off. So I just try to remove this edge and it's a little hard. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be applying some heat via a hairdryer. Now you could use a heat gun as well, but one of the most important things you want to do is you just want to keep the heat moving. You don't want to center it in one spot. Now this applies for both PPF and regular paint surfaces. So this is a great example because this is a little bit stuck on there. So I'm going to put it on low. I'm moving around. Every now and then I put my hand in there just to feel the heat. Now on the PPF, I want to be careful because I don't want to overheat the PPF itself. All right, here we go. And this one is leaving a lot of residue. All right, and we're slowly continuing. So we have a long line here. This was something I've been wanting to do since I got the car. I was just 50-50 on it, but yeah. All right, these little parts are a little tedious because they're individual. Yeah, the heat definitely helps it a lot. Look at that, it just seems like it comes off way easier. Now we're pour. So originally I thought this was going to be an easy job because on this side it came off, no residue, but this left a lot of residue and it's just like the residue that was on the regular paint surface. So in reality it really doesn't matter if it's on PPF or regular paint surface. If you have this residue, it's going to be stuck on there. Now we have to remove it and it's quite a process, so we're going to show you how to do that as well. So we used Goo Gone last time. I have an alcohol prep pad here. It's I think 80-20 alcohol. And let's see how it does against the... It's actually kicking its butt pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. It's taking off the residue. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the whole area with a couple of these. And then we're going to do a pass with our polisher with some pre-wax. But over here is what we had to deal with on the wing was majority of this. And like the alcohol pad is also kicking its butt. But we also want to try a little bit of Goo Gone so you guys could see how it works as well. So I put a little bit on cotton. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over the residue areas. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit better once I put this light in here. But essentially there's some ghosting going on. And what that means is that wherever the lettering was at, it left residue and you could actually see it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now remove the Goo Gone. It's been sitting there for about, I'd say about a minute. And what I have on this detailing towel is just water. And I'm doing this very lightly. I'm not rubbing. I'm just kind of gliding over it. So it's actually doing a pretty good job. I'm seeing less and less ghosting. So I've got more Goo Gone and just lightly aggravating the area. As I go, it's actually picking up a lot of the ghosting of the residue. And that's what we want. So this last area here is a great example. That's a lot of residue. So we're going to go ahead and, as you can see, it's already picking up a lot of it. Look at that, guys. And that black stuff is the residue. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a little bit, and then we're going to come with some water, and then we're going to come at it with the polisher. So if you never use the polisher, I recommend to go see one of my videos because I talk about how to use that, and these things are lifesavers just in general. Okay, let's see how it did. I don't see any ghosting. I don't see any traces of anything. Okay, and we're done. But I think it's really important to recap because we hit some important things you guys need to remember. Well, first off, we used alcohol. We used a little bit of an alcohol pad, and we never rubbed, no matter if it was the alcohol, the Goo Gone, the microfiber towel, compound, anything. We never rub. We essentially just glide and lightly agitate the area. But after alcohol and Goo Gone, there was still a little bit of ghosting, and that's when we needed to bust out the orbital polisher. And since this is PPF, you know, using any type of compound or anything like that really is not going to make any sense. But what I did use was I used a pre-wax cleaner, and essentially this cleaned the area, picked up that rest of that residue and ghosting to give us that finish that we wanted. So here it is, guys. It is done, and I love it because at the end of the day, we know it's Porsche. We don't need it to say Porsche 3 times in one side, calipers, door. We don't need all that. But it's a lot cleaner, and I love it. Well, if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, leave them on there. Again, if you hit up the paint surface, just take your time. You want to make sure it's a cool surface. You don't want to do anything fast, anything hard. You just want to take your time. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And you guys take care, and we will talk to you soon.